Distressed Ukrainians in Britain opposite Downing Street urging the Prime Minister to financially punish Putin and Russia for the invasion. And in a meeting of the Emergency Cobra Committee at 7:30 this morning, that was on the mind of senior ministers, as the Prime Minister made clear at noon.
Today, in concert with our allies, we will agree a massive package of economic sanctions designed in time to hobble the Russian economy.
And shortly after that, the Russian ambassador drove to see the Foreign Secretary for a dressing down. And then
Putin will stand condemned in the eyes of the world and of history. He will never be able to cleanse the blood of Ukraine from his hands. Now we see him for what he is, a bloodstained aggressor who believes in imperial conquest.
So he said he'd punish him economically. The Prime Minister's new 10-point package of sanctions includes a freeze on the assets of 100 super-rich oligarchs and military businesses, a freeze on the assets of more banks, including the second biggest VTB, a ban on the sale to Russia of high-tech equipment and kit useful to their oil and gas industry, a ban on the sale of dual-use equipment that could have military uses, a prohibition on Aeroflot flying here, and measures to make it harder for companies in the Russian state to raise money in the UK. Although the Ukrainian government was disappointed Russia hasn't been expelled from the SWIFT international payment system, this wasn't a moment for political point scoring.
We must urgently reinforce and reassure our NATO allies in Eastern Europe, who now stand at the frontier of Putin's aggression.
A former Prime Minister wants Putin punished so that
Russia feels absolutely the cold wind of isolation, and the Russian people understand that Vladimir Putin has brought their state to a pariah state.
May I ask him, however, to look wider than simply the Russian people and to look at all those who are enabling Putin's economy and to update the Treason Act so that we can identify them and call them what they are, traitors.
they've had a long vigil for their friends, for their families left behind. While our ministers meeting again tonight in emergency session, with Downing Street lit up in Ukraine's colours, know all our destinies are in the balance. Robert Peston, News at 10.